Eric Bachelart, we lost a dear friend of ours this week. As some may know, as when Justin was introduced to IndyCar, there's a certain team he drove for. You happen to own it. Wondering if you could tell us what it was like bringing the big man to the country and any stories that come to mind about him.
It's full of stories, and I tell you, it was really one of the highlights of my career as an IndyCar team owners. Basically, with a team manager named Chris Mower, that was a very close friend of Justin, and Justin drove actually for Chris teams back in England for Nordic Racing in Formula 3000. So, Chris told me quite a bit about Justin. He said, hey, we need to do something with him. And he convinced me, and basically, so Justin came over. And of course, when he came, we were very charmed, with his personality and his gentleman attitude, and the way he interacted with everybody. And so it started, first of all, that we had to install him in the car, which was kind of a challenge because, he was so big, and it's not just about being tall, it's big feet, big hands, everything. And, so we managed to do that, and it was definitely interesting. And I tell you, during the year, the guy was so talented, that, we were just getting a lot of cars that year. So, we had a very basic standard car. And just in fight with, with the best teams, and with a team that spends so much more money on development, and sometimes it just put the cars on the front row. And I said, Justin, how did you do that? He said, well, I did this, and did this, and I looked at him and I said, I'm so impressed with him. I don't understand how he managed to be so fast, and being so tall. You should have seen him leaving the pits. It's interesting to see. And for the whole year, I told this engineer the whole time, I said, you realize how spoiled you are to be with such a driver as Justin? And all the time he looked at me and he said, yes, I know, I agree. That was like this the whole year. So we had the whole team had absolute total respect with him, and again, the way that he was, interacting with everybody, he made everybody feel good and feel valuable, and it was a fantastic year, and many times I felt sorry. I said sometimes we should have given him a better car, be able to do more development, but we had what we had, and he did a fantastic job, and we spent a lot of time together because he was living at our house with a guest house, and I could see his dedication, and the way that he trained every day, and we have a property that goes down the hill, and many times early in the morning I could see him running up and doing all this exercising. He had an incredible dedication because he really wanted to succeed in the US. And and the good thing at the end of the year is that Carl Russo called him, to go with a stronger team, and I said, hey, I'm so glad he has this opportunity. Of course, we wanted to keep him, but I felt, hey, if we can help with his career, we've done something good, and then we kept in touch from time to time, and it was always a pleasure, to interact with him and to speak with him, and what happened is absolutely devastating, and you can't believe that something can happen, and it did. And life goes on, and it's incredible to see basically all the racing community, that are getting so much involved, and just behind him, and everybody does that because of the person that he was, and he was a true gentleman and extremely talented, so it's a big loss for everybody, and we're all here, and everybody's thinking about him, this weekend, of course, and and I'm glad I could come here as well, and and be part of the IndyCar community, and and have some thought for him, and of course all his family that I've known at the time, and but again, I think it would be proud to see what's happening, and and all the mobilization of everybody, behind him.